Hi, today I would like to talk about C# app domains and what exactly are those and what can be the use of them. So there are a couple of uses to app domains, but let me illustrate one of the uses just to start. So what you can do is normally your program, any main program you have, it will have some kind of an app domain, and you can see what that domain is by just making this call thread.getDomain. You can also get the name of the entry assembly, so that's what this is doing. And for example, if you want to create a new domain, you can just say appdomain.createDomain and just give it some name and it will create a new domain. And inside this new domain, let's say you wanted to execute some other program. I just have a program which just prints hello world on the console. So I'm going to execute that program in this new domain and then unload this new domain and then write it back to the console back in main program. So you might suggest that you can run an independent assembly or program like this in a process shell and create it and run this. So typically the assembly domain is much faster than running it in a process. So let's just see this in action, how this works. So I just started this program. If I just start this program, you can see it is doing what I expected. It says hello test, which is coming from running this assembly in a different app domain, and it says it came back in the main program. And you can see the back in the main program is coming from here. You can check about some information for a particular domain if you are more interested to see what's in there. Few things that normally people would want to check in this domain is the friendly name, for example, and I'm going to look for it. Here you can have like a base directory where this is running from. Here is the friendly name and so on. So let me just illustrate something else after this. Okay, so let me give you another example. Let's say we have a class demo and it has a static variable called name, and that's assigned just to 1, and we have a method. Basically it takes a name and changes the static variable to this value, and it just prints out the friendly name of this threads domain and also whatever the static variable's value is. So normally if you use a class like this, you are stuck with this static variable and you really won't be able to use it in different threads and have independent values of the static variables. So the usage of application domains can come when you have many different threads and you have existing classes with a lot of static variables and static methods. So what you want to do is run those existing classes and everything else in a separate container, and that's what an app domain really provides you. So when you want to run a class like this, what you want to do is inherit by Marshall by reference object, and that is the magic keyword, and again Marshall by reference object. So I've inherited that, and I'm just going to create a method to be able to test how this my theory. So what I did is I basically have a parallel for loop running about 10 iterations, and inside this iterations or each iteration I'm creating a new domain. So see, we already saw how to create a new domain, and I'm giving it a value of local star as a prefix and take the value of I of each of these threads. So first of all, when I went to get a demo class, I just cannot say demo object is equal to new demo because I want to run as part of a new domain. So what I want to do is take in this new domain I've created, and inside this I call create instance and unwrap. That's a method that's available to the domains, and in that I can give it the name of the assembly that I'm getting called from, and this is the type which I want to create a class of. So type of demo.fullname. So instead of just saying new demo, you are just going to use this method to get a new object, and once you have the method of this object, you can essentially just call it as you would normally call it. So here I'm calling it to set a value of name plus I. So remember, this was a static variable, and so if I run this thing, let's see what happens. So I'm just going to run this. So here I'm running this, and here you can check, even though this is a static variable, it has a different value in each of these app domains. So essentially I have containerized using app domain, and that's one of the other purposes. And you can also run different things and load different kinds of assemblies in an app domain. That is the main use of app domains. If you want to learn more, you can essentially go to my website called Gore Associate and search for this and other videos. Thank you for watching this short screencast.